He can tell she has no clue what's going on, and he asks her, "Do you know who that is?" She had absolutely no idea.
It turns out she was having a drink with the star of this massively popular TV show at the time, The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams. And since she didn't really watch TV, this meant absolutely nothing to her. And this is where the whole story just comes full circle. To her, he was just some loud guy with a wedding ring who was drinking a little too much. But she found out later that he'd actually gotten married in Vegas when he and his wife were both just 17 years old. I mean, talk about another perfect example of a teenage brain making these huge, life-altering decisions. She politely excused herself and left. So what's the big takeaway from this whole series of risky moves and lucky breaks? Well, looking back on it all, the narrator has some pretty interesting thoughts on her little adventure.
She doesn't see it as luck. Instead, she calls it good judgment of the uninhibited kind. And that's such a fascinating way to look at it, right? That maybe without the inhibitions of that fully formed prefrontal cortex, she was just able to trust her gut. And her gut turned out to be right on the money.
You know, despite everything that could have gone wrong, nothing did. And that trip became her very first taste of real, pure independence. It was one of those core experiences, you know? It created a memory that she says tasted sweeter than almost any other that came after it.